Hello, hello, and welcome to what is not the Retro Cup, as the top badge may incline to believe, but instead, welcome to the Kanto Cup. With that being said in mind, let me go ahead and adjust this real quick. There you go. It's like nothing happened. You didn't see anything, it's fine. Hello, and welcome, as mentioned before, to the Kanto Cup. Tonight, we'll be duking it out with the OGs, the original 151 Pokemon. Obviously, not all of them. We do not have time to do all 151 Pokemon. And I think some of those combinations would be pretty rough, not gonna lie. But we do have a couple teams prepped. Couple of which do involve a little bit of Alolan variant spice to it. So, you know, hopefully we'll be able to get to show some Alolan love, show Alola some love throughout this Kanto Cup as well. But for now, most of it's going to be sticking to the OG Kanto Pokemon. Speaking of which, we might as well go ahead and jump into our first match here. Ooh. Excuse me. Before I do, quick look at this white void of text. Admittedly, I haven't done too many battles, or any battles for that matter, since the last time we've done any battles. So right now I believe we just entered rank 16. We're currently sitting at a fairly decent win-loss ratio, 67 wins out of 110 battles. Still need to see if we can break our long win streak of 9, but I guess that just comes in time. In the meantime, I guess enough rambling about. Let's go ahead and jump into these basic rewards, jump into the Kanto Cup, where naturally, if we're going to take on a region-based cup, we might as well start out with the starters of said region, into which case we'll be running with Blastoise up front and center. Well, I guess mostly up front, because in the center space we have the shadow variant of Charizard, I believe rocking 2 community exclusive moves in the form of the fast move Dragon Breath and the charge move Blast Burn. Blastoise, I believe, is rocking Water Gun as his fast move, and then I know for sure Hydro Cannon as his charge move. I don't remember what the second one was. I might have opted for Skull Bash. It might be Ice Beam. Really, there's only one way to find out on that. But closing out, we do have the ever-trusty Venusaur, who is rocking Vine Whip as its fast move, as well as Frenzy Plant and Sludge Bomb as its charge moves. I have absolutely no idea how well this team is going to function together. Previous encounters with starter Pokemon as the full team has led me to believe it should do decent, I think. But, I mean, only one way to find out. Alright, so first match of the night in the Kanto Cup is going to be against 1205 Akun. Alright, Akun, what do you got? First matchup is going to be against a Magneton. Definitely not ideal for my Blastoise, so I'm going to go ahead and opt on out for... I opted out for the Charizard, but I realized why that was a terrible idea. But we're going to roll with it. Nonetheless, fortunately, even though Dragon Breath is not doing all that much damage to the Magneton, we were able to get some decent damage in, but they have decided to switch out for their Clefable, into which case we're actually able to get some really good damage in with Blast Burn there, and we're actually able to clear out the Clefable with that one. Hey, how about them odds? Alright, so far Shadow Charizard hanging on by a thread. Their Magneton has returned with a vengeance. We'll go ahead and fire a Dragon Claw their way, see if we can bait out their shield with this one. And we are. So unfortunately, our Charizard is going to be kicking the bucket. RIP, buddy, you have served well. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Venusaur. I may not be able to do too much super effective damage to them, but the good news is neither can they. So, just kidding. Magnet Bomb hurts. Who would have guessed? Not I. Not I. But I'm guessing it's another Magnet Bomb. It is indeed. Alright, with that, we're going to go ahead and fire off a Frenzy Plant their way. Either clear the Magneton or clear their shield. Okay, we have managed to clear out the Magneton, into which case our final mon to deal with is going to be a Wigglytuff. Oof, okay. So with that, we're going to go ahead and fire a Sludge Bomb their way. We're going to clear out their shield. And let's just waste no time here and switch right back for the Blastoise. Hopefully we can get to Hydro Cannon first. Yes, we can. Alright, we got Hydro Cannon going. Is it going to be enough to take out the Wigglytuff? I think it's going to get close. Oof, get it right into the red. Oof, and with that, the Wigglytuff is going to... We'll probably KO here. Yep. And with that, we have a little bit left in Venusaur, but unfortunately, Charm just got to us. Unfortunately, we came close. I can't ask for a better close match to start out the night. Well, actually, I could ask for, I guess, a close match with the victory. But as far as losses go, I'm more than willing to take this one. That was a well fought out match. Admittedly, kind of dropped the ball in the beginning there, but, you know, still managed something, I guess, in the end. Nonetheless, GG's. GG's all around. Alright, while we may have come close, we did unfortunately start out the night with a loss, but the set is still young, and so is the night. So let's see if we can pick things up in match number 2 against Taka Kentan Dan Denda. Yes. Words. Anyway, first matchup is going to be up against a Pidgeot. It is a Pidgeot rocking Air Slash, I believe. So that's different. So both of us are packing some pretty hefty fast move damage right now. I'm going to go ahead and fire Hydro Cannon their way and clear out their first shield. With that, I'm going to go ahead and respect their use of a shield and use up my own as well. It's going to be Feather Dance. So, fortunately for us, or unfortunately for us, well, we wouldn't have gotten too much damage in, but we did have our stat affected. Fortunately, we do have enough time to change out for Venusaur to face off against this Shadow Machamp here. With that, I'm actually going to go ahead and use up my final shield here. Keep my Venusaur alive for a little bit longer, because I'm assuming they're going to fire. Oh no, it's going to be Cross Chop. Okay, so we didn't really need to worry about that per se. But after a little bit of technical difficulties there, we are now able to fire our Frenzy Plant their way. And we're able to clear out the Machamp. No problemo. With that, Marowak has arrived on the scene. We're going to go ahead and fire off a Frenzy Plant their way. May not have done much, but I did get him into the yellow, so I'll take that. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and bring back Blastoise. We should be able... Fortunately, we do have a Hydro Cannon ready, so I'll go ahead and fire that their way. Probably take out the shield here. I think we took out the shield. It's hard to tell, but with that, we're going to be tanking out that Shadow Bone. Unfortunately, that's going to be goodbye to our Blastoise. RIP, buddy, you have served well. With that, we're going to be switching out for our Shadow Charizard. Into which case, we'll go ahead and fire off a Dragon Claw their way. Hopefully, we get some good damage in. Oof. Almost enough to... Up, there we go. And with that, we managed to finish off the Pidgeot. And now all we gotta do is hope we survive this next Shadow Bone. And hopefully we can Dragon Breath this Marowak out of here. Ooh, they're firing off Bone Clubs, so that's good news for us. With that, just in case they do have enough energy for one final Hail Mary, we'll go ahead and fire our Hail Mary in the form of Dragon Claw. clear out the Marowak, and secure ourselves our first victory of tonight. GG's. GG's all around. Whew. Not gonna lie, that one cut a little close too, but there's our close victory for the night. So it seems right now this team is sitting 50-50, but it's always kind of hanging out on the edge, so we're definitely gonna need to play it as carefully as we can moving into these next battles. So we just gotta keep that in mind. This team is so far solid, but you know, it has its limits, and we're kind of teetering on the edge of that limit. But hopefully we won't fall under that limit as we go into our next match against 2025 Ollie. Alright, Ollie, what you got? First round is the ever bulky and ever pretty intimidating Shadow Snorlax. Alright, with that, if they fire their move first, I'm going to guess Body Slam here. Hopefully I'm right. Yep, it is Body Slam. It does get us into the yellow, but we're still kicking. And following not too behind, we're going to go ahead and fire off a Hydro Cannon their way. Get them well into the red. Let's see if we can whittle them down fast enough. Nope. Unfortunately, with a sliver of health, the Snorlax is able to fire off one final Body Slam our way. We will go ahead and shield that one, and we'll go ahead and clear out the Snorlax there. With that, they're going to go ahead and bring in Hypno, go fire off Hydro Cannon, into which case they're actually going to keep their shields up and running. No, I can respect that. With that, I am actually going to go ahead and throw up my last shield here, just because it could be, yep, it is indeed Thunder Punch, and I definitely don't want to deal with Thunder Punch right now. With that, we're running into, okay, a little bit of technical difficulties there, but we have ourselves one Dragon Claw to fire off, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can clear one shield. Yep. And with that, we got them well into the red, but it looks like we're going to be saying goodbye to our Charizard here. RIP, buddy, you have served well. Alright, with that, we got a little bit left in our Blastoise. Get a little bit of extra damage in, I guess. But with that, we're going to finish things off with our Venusaur. Hopefully they don't have enough for a major charge move. Hoping for, yep, there's Thunder Punch again. Does get us well on our way to the yellow, but it does look like they are going to be finishing things off with a Pidgeot. So we're we're gonna, this is the end for my Venusaur. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be. The finale was not meant to be for us. RIPs there, but nonetheless, GG's all around. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. That last loss just left a bad taste in my mouth, I guess. Nah. Like an ice cube went down the wrong. Down the wrong pipe or something. I'm not sure. Or it's all in my head. I'm not sure. But sorry, maybe too much information. No, I'm assuming we're still okay. With that, we'll go ahead and jump into match number 4. We're 1 win, 2 losses, but still have a chance to tie it all back up. So go into our next match against Dajma Noob. Something like that. Anyway, first matchup is going to be up against a Hypno. Hypno has been kind of a crutch against my team throughout this night, I'm not gonna lie to you. But we are able to get to Hydro Cannon first, which tells me either A, we're able to charge before they get to their much needed confusion, or B, they've been saving up for something crazy good. Nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can tank out whatever that is. It's going to be Fire Punch. Very thankful I decided not to block that one. With that though, they are going to come in with the Alolan Ninetales. With that, I'm going to go ahead and fire another Hydro Cannon their way. And I am actually going to go ahead and bring in the Charizard here. With that, unfortunately, Dragon Breath isn't really going to do all too much, and if I fire off Dragon Claw, it's also not going to do all too much, but maybe, just maybe, I can get them with the Sudden Blast Burn. Nope, they're not feeling that. They're not feeling up to tanking out that one, I see. Fair enough, fair enough. With that, since we do have enough energy, we might as well go ahead and fire off Dragon Claw their way, and since Ninetales is low on health, maybe we can get it. Oh, actually no, they're gonna shield it out, so that's fair, that's fair. And with that, we say goodbye to our Charizard there. RIP, buddy, you have served well. With that though, I am going to use up my final shield here, save whatever's left of my Blastoise, and I'm going to go ahead and clear out the Ninetales there. Unfortunately, we are out of shields, but we do have enough in us for one final Hydro Cannon to either take out the Hypno or take out their final shield. We do manage to take out their final shield. With that, I'm going to go ahead and bring in a Venusaur. Unfortunately, that does mean Venusaur is going to be taking out some fire punches here, which is not ideal. Or a Shadow Ball, which is also not particularly ideal. But with that, whew, right before they got to their final, their final confusion, Venusaur coming in clutch. Let's see if we can get some good damage in with one final. Oof. And so we were able to get the Frenzy Plant, get Nidoqueen well into the yellow. Blastoise trying his hardest with Water Gun, but unfortunately our healths were too low. We weren't able to seal the deal. RIPs there, but nonetheless, GG's. GG's all around. Alright, so all in all, unfortunately, this set is going to be ending with a negative win-loss. But at the very least, we can make it a close win-loss as we go into our final match against 7734 Resuto. Alright, Resuto, what do you got? Our final matchup is going to start out with a Magneton, into which case I am going to actually switch out for my Venusaur, who will be up against their Pidgeot. Unfortunately, we are going to be saying goodbye to our Venusaur here. But at the very least, we can try and see if we can chuck as many shields out of them as we possibly can. Unfortunately, that actually does mark the end of my Venusaur there. RIP, buddy, you have served well. With that, we're going to chuck in Shadow Charizard. I'm going to go ahead and shield out whatever Pidgeot is throwing our way, because unfortunately our shadow nest is making me a little bit more on the fragile side, so rather keep that in check as much as I possibly can. With that though, with that said, I am going to go ahead and use up my final shield here, keep my Charizard alive as long as I possibly can. And with that, they're gonna bring out, okay, they're going to lower my attack a little bit more, but I am going to go ahead and finish off the Pidgeot with my Blastoise here. Get them out of here. With that though, they are going to come back with a vengeance with their Magneton. That will go ahead and fire off a Hydro Cannon their way. I'm assuming clear out their final... No, they're actually not going to use their final shield. They're going to save it for the last Mon, who's going to be an Alolan Mach. Ooh, okay. Things have gotten extra spicy here. Alright. With that, we're going to go ahead and fire a Hydro Cannon their way, clear out their final shield, and with that... Okay, yeah, they are going to go ahead and fire off their charge move here. It could be possible that they've gotten 2 charge moves at the ready, because I know those are Muck can charge pretty quickly, if I remember correctly. With that, let's see if at the very least we can get to Dragon Claw, and unfortunately we are not able to. I'm not sure if I have enough in me to survive another Dark Pulse. Unfortunately, that answer is a no. So, unfortunately, I have not done the Kanto starters any justice on this one. And unfortunately, we have started with a 1 and 4. Disappointing, but it is what it is. Nonetheless, GG's all around. At the very end of the day, we are still able to claim ourselves 700 Stardust, so I will take that. And since we're not in ratings, we are still able to climb up very, very slowly, but we are able to climb up and make a little bit of progress towards rank 17, so I'll take that at the very least. But yeah, unfortunately, not a great showing for us in the very beginning of this with a 1 and 4. Yeah, rather disappointing there, but you know, it happens. Sorry, I don't mean to cut it out that quickly. It's like, I just couldn't handle the loss. I just needed to get us out of there. It's over, it's done. I can't. No, the night is still young, and we have, hopefully, fingers crossed, better teams on the horizon. But I mean, there's really only one way to tell, you know? Sorry. Hydration, it helps performance, I swear. But anyway. So yeah, unfortunately, starting out the night with a 1 and 4. So unfortunately, the Kanto starters as a team, at least in that particular format, was not able to get us a good start. But I mean, it could be possible. It's just the way it was organized, or the particular movesets I had. So maybe there's hope for creating another team with purely the Kanto starters somewhere down the line. But tonight, unfortunately, just wasn't it. But we do have more teams more sets available. So let's go ahead and jump into the basic rewards once again. Jump into Kanto Cup. This time around, we're going to be starting out with Primeape, rocking, I believe, Counter, as well as, I believe I gave it Close Combat and Night Slash. We'll see if that works out for us. Otherwise, we have the ever potent Nido Queen hanging out dead center. And finally, we'll be closing out with our Alolan Spice of the Night in the form of Alolan Raticate. I believe rocking Quick Attack, as well as, I want to say Crunch and Hyper Beam, not Hyper Beam, Hyper Fang. I believe it was one of the faster dark. It was either Crunch or like Foul Play or something. I think it's Crunch. Well, I mean, ultimately we'll find out as we jump into our first match of this set, who is going to be against Linkao XXD. Alright, Linkao, what do you got? First matchup is up against a Dugong. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Alright, with that, they have decided to switch out for the Alolan Muck. Oh, excuse me. With that, I'm going to go ahead and fire a Close Combat their way, see if we can Hail Mary them out of existence. Unfortunately, that answer is a no, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out, save my Primeape for later, bring out the Alolan Rat, and let's see if that Alolan Rat can survive. Okay, it's Acid Spray, so we're definitely going to be able to survive that. Unfortunately, it does lower our defense to Oblivion, but you know, hopefully they don't have anything too heavy with their second charge move. Okay, it's gonna be Acid Spray again, so I'm assuming they don't. Could be wrong. And they're just getting my Raticate set up for absolute destruction in a moment. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and destroy their Alolan Muck with my with one final Hyper Fang. With that, Dugong has returned to the field. We will go ahead and use Crunch. bite away at their Dugong, get a little bit extra damage in. And with that, we will be saying goodbye to our Alolan Raticate there. RIP, buddy, you have served well. With that, we're going to go ahead and bring back the Primeape. I'm going to go ahead and shield out here, because I'm pretty sure Primeape is a bit more of a glass cannon, so I'd rather not deal with it as much as possible. Ooh, with that, they are going to come in hot with the Hypno. Unfortunately, both of the mons that I have left are susceptible to Hypno's confusion, so not particularly ideal, but nonetheless, we'll go ahead and see if we can chip away as much as we can from this Hypno with our Nidoqueen. With that, I'm going to go ahead and use up my next shield here. It is going to be Shadow Ball, so I'm very thankful I used up my final shield there. With that, let's go ahead and fire off another Poison Fang their way, get their defense lowered as much as I possibly can. Alright, so unfortunately we're not going to be finishing off their Hypno, but at the very least we lowered their defense a fair amount. But unfortunately they do have a charge move at the ready, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be finishing off our Primeape. And unfortunately, oh no, we're still, well, ooh, actually, we have, well, we're able to finish off the Hypno, but I don't think we have enough in us to finish off the Dugong, unfortunately. But at the very least we did have enough to finish off. Primeape trying to come in clutch as hard as it possibly can. I can't help but respect that, but unfortunately the Dugong just had too much health left in it. Even with the attack boost, we were only able to get it deep into the yellow, so unfortunately we're starting out tonight with a loss. RIPs there, but nonetheless GG's all around. Alright, so sorry, just checking on some things. Okay, we're good. Excuse me. Alright, so unfortunately, not off to a great start, but the set is still young. We still have 4 matches in us. We always have a chance to see if we can make it work as we go into our next match against Chiao Pai. Let's see what you got. Alright, first matchup is against another Water Ice, but this time it's up against Lapras. This time around, they are going to be sticking it out with the Lapras. Just kidding, they're going to go ahead and switch it out for the Nidoqueen. hello. And with that, we'll go ahead and fire off Night Slash their way. And with that, I'm actually going to go ahead and switch out for my Alolan Raticate. With that, we'll go ahead and see if we can tank out. Even if it is Earth Power, I think we should be okay. It's Poison Fang, so we're definitely more than okay there. With that, let's go ahead and fire off a Crunch their way. Either get good damage on their Nidoqueen or take out the shield. Do manage to take out the shield. Sounds good, that's good. Alright, with that, we are kind of deep into the yellow, so I will go ahead and shield out here. It's probably going to be Poison Fang again, I'm assuming. Yep. But even so, Alolan Raticate ain't looking too hot, so wanted to shield there. I do think I can tank out this one though if it is Poison Fang again. Oof, barely, but yes, Alolan Raticate is able to tank that out, and we are able to fire off a Crunch their way. And with that, we're actually going to take out their second shield there. And with that, I'm actually going to go ahead and fire off a Poison Fang their way. Hopefully it does enough to finish off the Nidoqueen. Oof, not quite enough. But nonetheless, we were able to Poison Jab our way to victory on that one. So at the very least, we have that going for us. With that, we're going to go ahead and shield out here. It is going to be a Surf, so definitely don't want to try and tank that one out. That is for sure. With that, let's go ahead and fire off an Earth Power their way. Just waste no time here. Just go straight for as much nuke power as we can against this Lapras. Try and get it out of here as quickly as possible. There we go. And with that, final mon to deal with is going to be a Alolan Marowak. Fortunately for us, we do have Earth Power up and ready, so we'll go ahead and fire that their way. Get them well into the red. And unfortunately, this is going to mark the end of my Nidoqueen, I believe. RIP, you have served well. And with that, let's go ahead and see if we can polish things off with the remainder of our Primate. Fortunately, we do have Night Slash at the ready, so let's go ahead and fire that off. Clear out the Alolan Marowak, and secure ourselves our first victory of this set. GG's. GG's all around. Hopefully, they weren't having issues with our charge move with the Nidoqueen, because it does seem like it was charging for kind of a lot longer than I was anticipating. But, you know, don't mean to discredit the victory here. There's a possibility that there was foul play, even though foul play wasn't fired anywhere here. But hopefully not. I'm really hoping they were just kind of getting greedy and trying to get to their ground type charge move, but at the very least, you know, we were still able to get the win. Hopefully it was on fair grounds, but you know, we managed the win nonetheless. So yeah, right now we're tied 1-1. Let's see if we get to 2-1 as we go into our next match of the night against Fuban isn't. Yes. Alright, well, that first matchup is going to be against the Snorlax. We're getting some pretty good matchups tonight. And with that, we're going to go ahead and counter our way to victory. Hopefully. With that, let's go ahead and fire off a Night Slash. See if we get ourselves a nice attack boost out of it. Maybe. Possibly. Nonetheless, we did manage to get the Snorlax to the yellow, so I'll take that. And with that, we're going to go ahead and shield here because Primeape is unfortunately quite a glass cannon. With that, at the very least, we should. Yep, we are able to clear out the Snorlax with our counters there, at the very least. Sorry. With that, they're going to be coming in with a vengeance with a Shadow Nidoqueen, into which case I will respond with my Alolan my Alolan Raticate. Let's see if I can tank out this next move. It's going to be Earth Power. Oof, does get us deep into the yellow, but we are still hanging. We are still hanging strong. We're still hanging strong. So we're okay for now. Let's go ahead and chuck a Crunch their way. We are able to clear out their first shield and lower their defense as well. So let's go ahead and take that nice bonus there. And with that, though, they are going to be firing off Poison Fang. It is going to be clearing out my Alolan Raticate. RIP, buddy, you have served well. With that, we will go ahead and bring back the Primeape. And with that, their final mon is going to be an Alolan Marowak. And with that, we're going to go ahead and fire a Night Slash their way. We are able to get some pretty decent damage in, actually, against that. With that, our final mon is going to be a Nidoqueen. I am going to try and tank out this first move just to see, because I'm pretty sure even if it is Shadow Ball or Shadow Ball, we should be able to handle it fairly well. Yep. So there we go. With that, I may have fired off Poison Fang a little bit too early, so they're probably not going to take the bait, but just in case. Oh no, they are. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's see if our bait pays off. Go ahead and use up our final shield here. They are going to fire off Shadow Bone. Hopefully they don't have enough for two. Nope. Looks like we are indeed able to get ourselves to an Earth Power, which should, in theory, be enough to clear out the Marowak. Yep, there it is. We're able to clear the Alolan Marowak and secure ourselves another victory in this set, doubling our win count from last time. And nonetheless, GG's all around. Alright, so on the plus side, looks like things are on the up and up for this team. We are 2 wins, 1 loss. But we do still have 2 final matches to go, so you know, gotta stay focused, stay vigilant as we move into match number 4. Who will be against somebody, anybody. Who knows? Alright, and with that, we're going to move on to our next match. It's going to be against Custom Snake. Alright, Custom Snake, what do you got? First match is going to be against an Electrode. Okay. Not gonna lie, was not expecting that one. Nah, Electrode's pretty good. But with that, let's go ahead and fire off a Night Slash their way. Either take out a shield, do some good neutral damage, and or maybe get an attack boost out of it. Okay, so we do... Ooh, we do get the attack boost, so I'll definitely take that. Thank you very much. Since I do want to savor this attack boost moment, I am going to go ahead and shield here. Don't want to deal with that discharge right now. And with that, they're actually going to come in hot with the Shadow Nidoqueen. With that, I'm going to go ahead and respond in kind by firing off, going Hail Mary, which unfortunately doesn't pay off for us, but nonetheless. With that, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Alolan Raticate to deal with this Nidoqueen. Go ahead and try and tank this out. It's probably Earth Power. Nope, Poison Fang. Okay, so fortunately, Alolan Raticate is able to handle that fairly well. With that, let's go ahead and fire a Crunch their way. Get some good damage in on that Nidoqueen. Yep, get them well into the red. And with that, I am going to try and take this out. His Poison Fang again does get us well into the red, but we are able to clear out the Nidoqueen at the very least. With that, they're going to come back with a vengeance with their Electrode and clear out my Raticate. RIP, buddy, you have served well. With that, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Nidoqueen, save my shield for now, as I'm assuming, yep, they're going to hit me with Discharge, which Nidoqueen is able to handle very well. With that, though, they are going to be coming in with their own Alolan Raticate. With that, let's go ahead and fire off a Poison Fang their way. Get a little bit of extra damage going. Alright, let's go ahead and fire off another Poison Fang their way. Once again, get a little extra damage going. Drop their defense a little bit. Get them well into the red. That I'm going to go ahead and shield out here. It's going to be Crunch. And with that, a little extra damage. Oof, but they do have another charge move going. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I have enough in me to survive it. It's going to hurt quite a bit. Oof, does get me well into the red, but they have switched out for the Electro to tank out this Poison Fang. With that, we are able to clear out the Electro. Oh, actually, no, they haven't switched out. We cleared out the Alolan Raticate and we cleared out the Electrode. Okay. Cool. Was not expecting that. But nonetheless, GG's all around. I was expecting it's going to be like a close matchup against their Alolan Raticate versus my like 1 HP Nidoqueen and my 1 HP Primeape, so I don't know if I would have made it. Honestly, no idea if I would have made it. Yeah, there we go. 3 wins, 1 loss. So on the plus side, we are going to be ending this set in a positive ratio. But you know, we have 1 final match in us. Let's see if we can balance from the finals from the previous set and get ourselves 4-1 as we go into our final match against Reinamasa 1757. Alright, Reinamasa, what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against a Shadow Hypno, so Primeape definitely does not want to deal with that. Thank you very much. Instead, we'll go ahead and chuck in the Alolan Raticate, who now has to deal with a Lickitung. And with that, oh, Shiny Flex Lickitung at that, and Best Buddy Lickitung at that. With that, I'll try and tank out this first move. I think we should be able to. I'm not 100% sure. It's Body Slam. Yeah, we are still well in the green here. And fortunately, our Dark typing is helping avoid a lot of damage from that lick, so we're holding up okay for now, but we definitely gotta hold our ground as best we can. Definitely want to keep our Alolan Raticate alive as long as we possibly can, because we do not want Raticate to die on us. But we can bring back the Alolan Primeape. We can bring back the Primeape at the very least to do some extra damage, or to finish off the Lickitung. And we'll now have to endure the barrage of confusion that is coming from this Shadow Hypno. Fortunately, we do have a little bit of a counter on us in the form of Night Slash, so we'll go ahead and... Ooh, we actually are able to fire one more out of us, so let's go ahead and fire that their way, and we'll either take out their shield. Okay, we do take out their final shield, or their first shield, actually. Sorry. And with that, we'll go ahead and use up our final shield here to block out Thunder Punch. Fair enough. And with that, we'll go ahead and launch a Crunch their way. Either take out their final shield, or we'll take out their Hypno. Okay, so they have opted to save their Hypno because they actually do have one final charge move. Okay. They had Thunder Punch at the ready. And with that, they have opted to switch out for the Poliwrath, into which case I will bring in Nidoqueen to try and, I guess, save my Alolan Raticate to deal with Hypno later. For now, let's go ahead and see if we can get some good damage going with his Earth Power. Get him well into the red. There we go. And with that, unfortunately, we are going to be saying goodbye to our Nidoqueen here. Hopefully, they don't have enough to do a second charge move on us. Hopefully, I didn't jinx it. Oh, nope, there we go. Raticate's able to clear out the Poliwrath, and now all I gotta do is hope for... Yep, we are able to get to Crunch, and this should seal the deal. There we go. Whew, okay. Cutting it a little close to the wire, but we do manage to seal it with one final victory of this set. GG's all around. There we go. And with that, the sets are balanced. We managed to get ourselves 4 wins out of 5, which means we can clear this, or claim this 700 Stardust, this Silver Pineapple. We got ourselves an encounter with a Skarmory. Skarmory is always nice. Alright, there we go. We got ourselves a Skarmory, which is our 4th day streak, because it is a brand new day where I'm at. Decent IVs, but I'm going to go ahead and transfer it out anyway. Sorry, buddy. But with that, we'll go ahead and claim these 3 rare candies as well. And with that, we are now roughly halfway to rank 17. So I'll take that, as well as that 2940 Stardust. There we go. Our redemption arc has been achieved. Starting out tonight with an unfortunate 1 win out of 5, but coming back with a vengeance with 4 wins out of 5 with this set. So, at the very least, we managed to break even. So, can rest easy. Rest assured knowing that we've, at least at this point in time, we managed to break even on our sets. So, I'll take that. I'll take that. Anyway. Excuse me. I think my dinner's coming back with a vengeance. Anyway, sorry, maybe too much information, but nonetheless. Okay, so yeah, so started out with a 1 and 4. Most recent on a 4 and 1. I think we can do 2 more matches before we can call it a night. So let's waste no time here. Let's go ahead and jump into set number 3 of tonight. This time around, we're going to be... sorry, I was hearing double for a moment, so I'm wondering if the game is acting weird. And apparently it could be also because it's time to hatch an egg. Hatch an egg on stream. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. There we go. There we go. Hey, you gotta roll it. Cool. Cool. Pretty decent IVs, but I'm just gonna go ahead and transfer you out. Sorry, buddy. With that, I'm gonna hatch another. Get another egg going. Anyway. Not 100% sure what that was all about. But it sounds like audio has been restored and we're able to move on to our next set, which is going to feature Pidgeot up front and center. We have the ever tanky Lapras holding up the middle, and finally we'll be closing out with our 100% IV Hypno. So very proud of that one. Don't get too many opportunities to use it, but I think now is a good time. Now is a good time to test it out. See if that 100% IV goodness is primed and ready for this match. Speaking of, we'll go ahead and jump into the battles and see who's going to be our opponent for battle number 1 of set number 3. And that battle's going to be Taka 131896. Alright, Taka, what you got? First matchup is going to be against a Shadow Poliwrath, so we're definitely off to a good start there. With that, they're going to go ahead and switch out for an Alolan Raticate, into which case I will switch out for my Lapras. It is an Alolan Raticate that is rocking Bite, so definitely don't want to bring out my Hypno right now. But fortunately, because it's rocking Bite, it's going to take it's going to take a while for it to get to its charge move, so we got some time there at the very least. With that, speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can tank this out. Crunch does get us well into the yellow and does lower our defense, which is unfortunate, but you know, we're still able to handle, so I'll take that. Alright, with that, we'll go ahead and fire off another Surf their way. We actually do manage to take out both of their shields at the very least, so I will take that. Unfortunately, we are going to be saying goodbye to our Lapras there. RIP, buddy, you have served well. Truly, you deserve to be recognized more than I was giving you credit for. So RIP's there. Ooh, unfortunately, we do lose out on our final shield. We do lose some... Not final shield. We do lose some defense points from that crunch there, so that's rather unfortunate, but nonetheless, we are able to finish off the Eradicate with our... with Feather Dance. With that, Poliwrath has made its triumphant return to the battlefield. With that, we're going to go ahead and block out this Ice Punch. Definitely don't want to deal with that. Thank you very much. But with that, we do have another Feather Dance that we can chuck their way. So let's go ahead and fire that off. Clear out the Shadow Poliwrath. There we go. And with that, the final mon to deal with is going to be a Beedrill. Alright, with that, unfortunately, we are going to be saying goodbye to our Pidgeot here. RIP, buddy, you have served well. But hopefully we have enough in us with Hypno to finish, to seal the deal. And I believe our opponent has actually declared that for us and have decided to call it a night. And nonetheless, GG's all around. Alright. There we go, off to a good start. We got 1 win out of 1. Let's see if we can make it 2 wins out of 2 as we go against Kataken Waka. Alright, Kataken, what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against a Alolan Muk. Alrighty. With that, they are going to be chucking out their charge move at us. Let's go ahead and see if we can tank it out, whether it be Dark Pulse or Acid Spray. I think we'll be okay. Oof. His Dark Pulse does get us well into the yellow, but we are able to survive. Let's go ahead and fire off a Feather Dance their way just to reduce some of the damage that we're taking in from them. With that though, they have decided to switch out for a Shadow Hypno, into which case I will go ahead and switch out for my ever bulky Lapras. Alright, with that, let's go ahead and fire off a Surf their way. I will go ahead and shield here, because it could be, yep, it is indeed Thunder Punch. Rather not deal with that. Thank you very much. With that, we'll go ahead and fire off another Surf their way, either clear out their first shield or clear out their Hypno. Okay, we do manage to clear out their first shield there. I will go ahead and use up my second shield here, because I do believe my Lapras has enough in it to finish off the rest of the Hypno. Fingers crossed that is the case. We will find out in just a moment. Yep, there we go. Alright, so Hypno has been cleared. And now we have a Alolan Marowak to deal with. Okay. With that, we can go ahead and fire off a Surf their way, clear out their second shield there. And with that, let's see if we can. Let's go ahead and just straight up Hail Mary this. Let's go for broke right here now. Clear the Alolan Marowak at the cost of my Pidgeot. RIP, buddy, you have served well. With that, our final mon is going to be a Hypno. Hopefully it can survive Dark Pulse. I believe Hypno's bulky enough to survive Dark Pulse at the very least. We'll find out in just a moment. Yep, gets us one to the red, but ooh, okay. Yeah, unfortunately, Hypno is not able to survive 2 Dark Pulses, that is for sure. But, fortunately for us, Lapras is able to survive 1 Snarl. And with that, Lapras coming in clutch, sealing the deal. Also thanks to Pidgeot's sacrifice. Sorry, I got an error on my computer. Hopefully it's nothing that's affecting the stream or affecting my computer. If it does cancel out the thing, I'll be back as soon as I can. Let's see what happens if I hit quit. I don't know what it closed. I'm gonna be real with you. Oh, I think it closed. Oh, okay, I think I know what it closed. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that right now. So good news, the stream is still alive. We're still going. We're still kicking. We're still able to get through this set. The dream is still alive. Okay. Anyway, so right now we're currently on a winning streak here. We got 2 for 2. Let's see if we can keep it going. Let's go for that 3 for 3 as we go into our next match against Honest Sauce. Hey, Honest Sauce. Michael here. Anyway, first matchup is going to be up against an Alolan Ninetales. In which case, I will come in with the Lapras. Into which case, they will respond with a Venusaur. I fully understand why they brought a Venusaur, into which case, because of that, I'm going to go ahead and shield out here, because Frenzy Plant would hurt quite a bit. Not gonna lie. With that, let's go ahead and waste no time here. Let's go ahead and fire an Ice Beam their way, see if they're expecting it. Oof, they definitely were. They definitely were. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, with that, I'm going to go ahead and use up my final shield here, but we should at the very least be able to clear out this Venusaur with the remainder, with purely our Ice Shards here. Yep. And with that, Venusaur is no more. Now, there is only Alolan Ninetales. And the mystery third Pokemon. We still got... I said, basically, we still got quite a ways to go. We still got quite a ways to go. Anyway, with that, let's go ahead and fire off 2 consecutive, or closely consecutive surfs, I guess. With that, I'm going to go ahead and come on in with a Hypno. See if we can tank out this next move. It's going to be Dazzling Gleam. This might hurt quite a bit. Ooh, does get us well into the yellow. But we do have Thunder Punch at the ready, so we should be able to either clear out the Ninetales, or I think they have one more shield. Nope. Oh, nope, they're out of shields. Okay. So, good news there? Question mark? Anyway. Alright, with that, they got Charizard, rockin' Dragon Breath all up in our grill. Let's go ahead and punch it with as much thunder as we can. Ooh, get it well into the red. There we go. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and switch back to Pidgeot. Hopefully we'll be able to tank out possibly Blast Burn. I'm going to assume Blast Burn. It is Blast Burn. Ooh, does get us well into the red, but fortunately that does mean it gives us a chance to switch back to Lapras, who's able to Ice Shard that Charizard right on out of here. And with that, here we see ourselves victory number 3. GG's all around. Alright, so far this team is holding up really well. At the very least, we're going to be ending tonight on a positive, or this set also on a positive. But let's see if we can get 4 wins out of 4 as we're going against Uketsuke. Okay, Uketsuke. First matchup is going to be against an Alolan Marowak running Fire Spin. The fact that it's still here is a tad bit concerning, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't think any of its charge moves can hurt me all that much. Okay, it is gonna be Shadow Bone, so there's that. I think it did come with a debuff though, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but at the very least you can debuff right back with Feather Dance. And with that, they have decided to switch out for the Hypno, into which case I will switch out for the Lapras. That being said, I will try and tank out this first Thunder Punch. I believe that'll get us deep into the yellow, but we should be okay. Yeah, it does get us right into the yellow, but Lapras is able to handle it like a champ. With that, let's go ahead and fire off a Surf their way. Get them well into the yellow as well. With that, okay, we will go ahead and shield out this next Thunder Punch, fairly, because I'm pretty sure that would be the end of us. With that, let's go ahead and fire off another Surf their way, either take out their first shield or do some good damage to the Hypno. Okay, we do manage to take out their first shield. Let's see if we have enough in us. Oof, we do not have enough in us to get to I am going to go ahead and use my last shield here. It is Shadow Ball, thank goodness. I was wondering if it had enough. It did. Alright, with that though, we are able to clear out Hypno before it could get to a Thunder Punch or anything else concerning. And with that, ooh, they are coming back with a vengeance with the the Alolan Marowak. I will go ahead and chuck a Thunder Punch their way. And with that, we are able to clear out the shield. And with that, ooh, they are going to switch out for the Venusaur, into which case I may or may not have needed to go this hard, this Hail Mary on them, but I am. I'll go ahead and chuck a Brave Bird their way. With that, they are going to be firing off a charge move, finishing off our Pidgeot here. RIP, buddy, you have served well. But with that, I believe we have it just enough. Yep, just enough in the Hypno to clear it out before they manage to get any ghost type charge moves that are out at us. So with that, we're able to secure ourselves victory number 4 of this set. GG's, GG's all around. Alright, so far, we're in a good place with this team. We're in a solid place with this team. We're 4 wins out of 4 matches, all down to the wire. Let's see if we can get ourselves a perfect set with this team as we go into our final match against Jack Riven. Alright, Jack, what do you got? First matchup is going to be up against a Hunter. Fortunately, our normal typing is going to come in very handy here. Speaking of normal typing, they're going to go ahead and switch out for a Shadow Snorlax, in which case I will switch out for my Lapras. It's the battle of the tanks. But fortunately for me, you're Shadow typing. Ooh, okay. Wow, you went Hail Mary on that one. Fair enough, fair enough. I'll give you that. You went Hail Mary. You went all out for that. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. Alright, so right now, I was gonna say I'm in a better place because I feel like I'm tankier, but that superpower got me good. That superpower got me good. Fortunately, Lick isn't doing too much damage to my Lapras, so we are actually able to get another Surf. And with that, oof. Alrighty, so a little bit concerning there. Our Lapras is gone and it has had a lot of time to charge, so we're not in a particularly good place. I am going to go ahead and shield here because either Body Slam or Superpower would not be something I want to deal with, particularly. I'll go ahead and shield one final time just in case they're going Hail Mary with a Superpower. Nope, there's going to be Body Slam once again. I'm pretty sure you can't have more than that. Anyway, with that, Pokemaster, keep the good work, bro. Oh, thank you very much. Also, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Good to see you. With that, ooh, their next mon is going to be a Beedrill. I am going to go ahead and straight up Hail Mary this one. Hit him hard with the Brave Bird. Get that Beedrill right on out of here. And do we have enough for one more? Ooh, okay. I don't believe we should be in trouble regardless. Yeah, Shadow Punch is not very effective. So, you know what? I respect your shiny flex and I respect your commitment to the battle. I'm going to finish this off in style. Hit him with the Brave Bird. Clear out the Hunter. And with that, we are able to end this set on a perfect 5-0. Woo! Alright, coming back to tonight strong. We'll go ahead and claim this 700 Stardust. We'll claim this Fast TM. We'll claim this Hypno Top. I will give it a Pineapple. Never go wrong with extra candies. If it'll let me catch it. Excuse me. Oh, I appreciate that you got the. I appreciate that you got these. The you got this is. Thank you very much, Pokemaster. You came at a good time. We managed to get ourselves a really solid round this time. Not a very solid Hitmontop, unfortunately, but you know, the match was good. Good enough to also get these 3 rare candies and this 1400 Stardust wherever it went. Oh, there you are. Alright, and with that, is it enough? It is! We have made it to rank 17! Hey! And we got 3600 Stardust! Hey! Alright. at the very least, we got ourselves one 5-0 of the night. And we've made it to rank 17. So, you know, we're making good progress. We're making good progress on the ranks. So I'll take that. I'll take that. Alrighty, alrighty. Alright, so I believe we got ourselves enough energy, enough time for one final match, for one final set of the night. Fingers crossed, all goes well. But gonna mix it up a little bit this time around. I was gonna hide it for the grand reveal, but since it's here, we're gonna go ahead and mix it up a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and abandon the main Kanto Cup theme. We're gonna fly right on over across the whatever the Pacific is called in the Pokemon world and make our way and make our own Alola Cup. We'll be rocking Alolan Ninetales up front and center with the ever potent Powder Snow, as well as Weather Ball and Psyshock. We have the ever potent, the GOAT itself, Alolan Marowak with Fire Spin, as well as Bone Club and Shadow Ball. Excuse me. And finally, we'll be closing out with an Alolan Raichu, who is packing Thunder Punch and Psychic. You never know. You never know when Psychic come in handy, you know? Anyway, that's the team. We'll go ahead and jump into the basic rewards here and jump into our first match, the final set of the night. Spirits are high. Let's see if we can keep them up as we go into our first match against Junkie 50506. Alright, Junkie, what you got? First matchup is up against a Nidoqueen. So it's a battle of super effective fast moves. Or it was, until they decided to call it a night. Well, I guess that's a way to start a set. I don't know. GG's all around. I don't know. I'm at a loss. I'm appreciated, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know what happened. They just took one look at my Alolan Ninetales. It's just like, nope, I'm not having it. Just not having it. I don't know. Well, I don't know how good this team is, but it got us one win. Let's see if we can get two as we go into our next match against NPA Prince. Alright, Prince, what do you got? Ooh, first matchup is going to be up against a Sea King. With that, I'm going to go ahead and switch out for my Alolan Raichu here, just in case. With that, they are going to be coming in hot with the Hypno. Definitely going to want to try and avoid Shadow Ball as much as I possibly can. And in the meantime, go ahead and spam Thunder Punch as much as I possibly can. The one unsung, or maybe it is sung a lot about Alolan Raichu. It may be a bit of a glass cannon, but dang can this thing spam. With that, it's going to chuck an Ice Punch our way. With that, we are able to clear it out with the Hypno with Volt Switch. There we go. I found my words eventually. With that, ooh, they are going to be coming back with the Sea King. Waterfall is taking good chunks out of my Ninetales. But with that, let's go ahead and fire off one final Thunder Punch. And with that, we are saying goodbye to our Raichu there. RIP, buddy, you have served well. With that, let's go ahead and bring in Alolan Ninetales, who is actually packing Dazzling Gleam. I actually didn't realize that. I thought it was Psyshock, if I had to be honest with you. But Dazzling Gleam works. Dazzling Gleam works. Now with that, we'll go ahead and chuck off a shield here. It is going to be Drill Run. Alright, with that, let's see if we can fake out the Sea King with one Weather Ball. And we are. Well, we're able to take out the shield, but can the Alolan Ninetales survive this next charge move? The question of the century. Oof, barely, but we're still kicking it. Okay, I may or may not have pushed my luck a little bit there. But with that, the final mon to deal with is going to be Pidgeot. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything to properly deal with Pidgeot, but I might as well fire a Shadow Ball their way. See if we can get at least some damage going. Get them into the yellow. I'll take that. I'll take that. With that, though, I'm going to assume Brave Bird. Brave Bird if they want to... Yep, there it is. I was like... If they're going to be merciful and they want to end this quick, they're going to hit me with Brave Bird. If they want to prolong the inevitable, they would have hit me with Feather Dance. Or maybe they had another charge move on them, man. I don't know. Or maybe they only have Brave Bird. I don't know. I don't know their team. But unfortunately, we have reached our first loss of this set. RIPs there, but nonetheless, GG's. GG's all around. Alright, so right now we are 1-1. Technically 0-1 if you don't count that whatever happened in the first one. But nonetheless, we're going into match number 3 against Pablo. I think it was 90. Is that the 9 or 90? But anyway, first round is going to be up against a Hypno. Alright. Your punches may be spammy, but my Weather Ball is spammier. Go ahead and chuck as many Weather Balls their way as we possibly can. Chuck another one their way. Chuck another one their way. Get them well into the yellow there. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and shield out these ones. Just in case it's Fire Punch. Could be. Oh, it's Shadow Ball. Okay. Still grateful to block out that one, not gonna lie. rather not deal with that either. It may not be super effective damage from Fire Punch, but dang it, Shadow Ball hurts too. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, with that, they're gonna come in hot with the Alolan Marowak, into which case I've decided to switch out for the Alolan Raichu. Definitely gonna want to shield. Actually, I'm probably going to want to shield all its charge moves, so it does beg the question as to why in the world would I want to switch to an Alolan Raichu? I don't have a good answer for you. It was admittedly a knee-jerk reaction, and that's 100% on me. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and, well, we now have to tank out one. I'm assuming it's going to be another Bone Club. Okay, so we do survive it. Let's go ahead and fire off another Thunder Punch their way. Or either do some decent damage to them. Okay, we do manage to get the Alolan Marowak to the red. So I'll take that. With that, let's go ahead and bring back Alolan Ninetales. We do have a Weather Ball ready, so we'll either polish off the Marowak with this or take out their final shield. We are able to polish off the Marowak, so I'll take that. With that, the final mon is going to be a Nidoqueen. Definitely not a particularly positive scenario for me at the moment. Definitely not ideal. Definitely not ideal, but you know, at the very least, you can fire off one final Earth Power their way. Not Earth Power. We can fire off a Bone Club. We are able to take out the shield, but unfortunately, we do not have enough health in us to get one final charge move. And unfortunately, we got ourselves loss number 2 of this set. So, RIPs there. But nonetheless, GG's. GG's all around. And with that said, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I think I'm going to put Raichu up at the front this time because I think most of the ones in the back are, I think, more susceptible to Ninetales if I've been reading the room correctly. Whereas everything up front, I think, has been more susceptible to Alolan Raichu. Plus, it does give Raichu more shields to play with, so you know, hopefully that'll aid it in its spamminess per se. But yeah, let's see if this shakeup gets us a couple final wins of this set as we move into match number 4, which is going to be against Mach 317. All right, Mach, what do you got? First matchup is against a Lapras, so we're definitely off to a better we're definitely off to a good start there. With that, they are going to switch out for the Shiny Flex Hypno, for that matter. With that, keep an eye on the moves, because it is a little bit risky to bring out Marowak because Shadow Ball is a thing. Fortunately for me, Shadow Ball and Shadow Bone are also things for me, so and we got that we can count on. With that, okay, they waste no time here. They just went straight for the Shadow Ball. I can respect that. With that, let's go ahead and now we have enough energy ready for Shadow Ball. Let's see if we can either take out their Hypno or take out their second shield. Hoping for the Hypno. Yep, there it is. And with that, Hypno is no more. Now we have a Lapras to deal with. Now with that, I don't really have too much in terms of damage I can output. So ooh, switches, okay. Ooh, okay. The switch was too early. That's on me. The switch was too early, unfortunately. So now we have to deal with the Marowak, but on the plus side, we are incredibly spammy. So unfortunately for us, Bone Club is also pretty spammy. So it's just a matter of whether or not our Thunder Punch can reach it before, or this Volt Switch can clear it before. Yep, there we go. And with that, ooh, the Lapras does have its charge move up and running. Is going to be Surf, does wipe out my Ninetales. RIP, buddy, you have served well. With that though, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Alolan Ninetales. Let's go ahead and fire off a Weather Ball their way, see if I can fake out their shield. Fingers crossed. Yep, there we go. Managed to clear the shield. Now we just have to tank out whatever Lapras is throwing our way. I'm assuming it's going to be Surf again. No, it's Skull Bash. They do have Skull Bash ready. Okay. Oof, okay. With that, their defense has risen. We came so close. So close to a Dazzling Gleam. Could almost taste it. But so close, but no cigar, unfortunately. But nonetheless, we managed to. Well, we didn't manage anything. We managed the loss. Unfortunately, that's another loss in this set, so we're not ending in a positive. But nonetheless, GG's all around. Alright, so we're back at this again. 1 win, 3 losses. Let's see if we can get 2 wins, 3 losses as we go against Ganon TF2. Alright, Ganon leading strong with the Shadow Snorlax, who is doing quite a good chunk of damage with their lick. Anyway, let's go ahead and fire off a Thunder Punch their way, get them well into the yellow. I will go ahead and shield here because, again, Raichu is, well, Raichu ain't exactly the tankiest being in existence. Was planning to switch up for Alolan Ninetales, but since we're here and since Snorlax is getting deep into the red as well, we might as well stick it out to the end, see if we can. Okay. Sorry, I feel like that kind of came out close to a swear. I was gonna say. Anyway. Oof. Very thankful I decided to block that out because that could have done some pretty nasty neutral damage. But at the very least, we are able to finally clear out the Snorlax. we are now down 2 shields and 1 Pokemon, so we're not exactly in the greatest of places. But at the very least, we do have Alolan Ninetales holding down the fort against this Hypno, and we have the ever spammy Weather Ball to kind of fall back on, at least for now. Yep, get him well into the yellow. Unfortunately, I think this is. See you next time I sub. Good live. Oh, thank you for joining the stream, Pokemaster. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for all the positive vibes. Always appreciated. With that though, well, unfortunately we are saying goodbye to our Ninetales, and now we are going to be tanking out whatever Alolan Hypno is throwing our way. It's going to be Thunder Punch. Okay, so they decided to double punch with their Mon, but this time around they're going to be closing things out with a Pidgeot, and unfortunately Alolan Marowak is not built to handle Pidgeot, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be losing this one as well. So big RIPs there, but I ain't no quitter. So you're gonna have to take me out yourself. And that they do with the Brave Bird. And so unfortunately, while we did have amazing sets in the middle, we're gonna be bookending this with a 1 in 4. RIPs there, but nonetheless, GG's all around. So there it is, an unfortunate way to end the night, but it is what it is. At the very least, we still got 1 win out of it, so we were able to claim the 730 Stardust, and you know, we once again inch ourselves ever so closer to rank. Now to rank 18, so we got that going for us at the very least. And not a particularly great way to end the night, but to kind of wrap things up, we did start out with the Kanto starters, so the team of Blastoise, Charizard, and its shadow variant, and excuse me, and Venusaur. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make that team work, and we got ourselves a rough 1 win out of 5. Second time around, I believe we rocked a Primeape, a Nidoqueen, and a... I can't remember the last one. It's not Pidgeot. I know Pidgeot's the next team. Alolan Raticate. There we go. And that team, we saw some really good success in the form of 4 wins out of 5. We saw much better, even more success with the following team, which I know for sure started out with Pidgeot. I believe it had Pidgeot, Hypno, and Lapras. So if I ever see Kanto Cup again, I definitely gotta remember that team combo, because that actually served pretty well. And finally, we decided to see if we can rock a full Alolan team, but unfortunately, the Alolan squad could not handle the Kanto atmosphere, and the team of Alolan Ninetales, Alolan Marowak, and Alolan Raichu unfortunately lost out to this Kanto set with 1 win out of 5. So yeah, unfortunate way to start and end, but at the very least we had a really solid middle ground, so I'll take that. But yeah, I think with that, it is starting to get a little bit on the later side, so I think I am going to go ahead and call it a night tonight. Thank you very much to all of you who tuned in to this one. Thank you very much to Pokemaster for hanging out, putting in the positive vibes in the chat. Always appreciated. All in all, for the future streams planned for this week, this coming Thursday we'll be diving back into the into the world of Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I believe we're currently in the circus area, so looking forward to see how many Waddle Dees we can save in that area. Afterwards, on Saturday, exclusively, the Kirby stream will be both on YouTube and on Twitch, for that matter. For the Saturday, only on Twitch, we will be continuing our journey through Planet ZDR in the game Metroid Dread. So be on the lookout for that. And finally, on Sunday, because it is going to be Go Battle Weekend, we'll be closing out with as many sets of battles as we can in Go Battle League. We'll be doing a mixture of Great League, Ultra League, and we'll even be trying our hand in Master League. Not sure how that's gonna go, but nonetheless, that is ultimately the plan for this week. And all of those sets will be live both on YouTube and on Twitch. All of the times will be roughly about the same time as now. It's gonna be starting roughly about 10 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time or around 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'm always running a bit on the late side, but you know, it is what it is. If you ever do want to keep up to date as to when exactly we're going to be starting our streams, or if you ever want to check out the weekly stream schedules or the highlights or any other personal shenanigans, you can always follow us on our social medias over on Twitter and on Instagram. Of course, another way you can keep up to date on our streams is you can always follow us on Twitch or subscribe to our YouTube channel. And of course, and speaking of YouTube, if you do want to catch up on our Twitch exclusive streams, we do have the VODs of those archived on Voyage Archives. And hello to UN Jeanette. Hello. Welcome. Unfortunately, I am actually going to be closing out for the night, but I appreciate you jumping in though. Yeah, that's ultimately, I think, all the shameless plugs I have for this one. So next time around, Thursday at roughly about 10 p.m. Hawaii Standard, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, I think. Sounds really late when I put it that way, but again, it is what it is. We'll be live on YouTube and Twitch with Kirby and the Forgotten Land. But yeah, I guess with that, until next time, see you.